Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Iliana here. If you're already part of this wonderful family, then thank you so much for continuing to watch and to support. If you are new to my channel, my name is Iliana and welcome aboard. In today's video, we are going to be talking about my favorite top 5 go-to drugstore foundations. Now these foundations are all affordable and I will be going through each and every single one, talking about pros, cons, price points, and all that good stuff. So if you want to see what all that shebang is all about, make sure that you stay tuned. Now, before we get into the video, as always, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you are notified every single time that I upload. And as always, make sure that you follow me on my social medias. I will leave everything linked down below as always. So let's jump into it. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about 5 different drugstore foundations. These are all affordable, super affordable. Now, a little bit of background on my own skin before I get into the foundations. I do have pretty normal to dry skin. Now, I am pretty normal in my T-zone area. However, the rest of my face is pretty darn dry, especially in the winter months. Now, let me tell you something. Where I live, we have 4 different seasons in 1 week. So, with that being said, my skin is constantly changing, but for the most part, it is a little bit on the dry side, especially in these winter months. So just a little background, just so you are aware and know exactly what I'm working with. So if you have skin that is pretty relatable to mine, then we're on the same page here. Now, let's jump into it. So I'm going to be doing 5 different foundations, and I'm going to be going from least expensive to the most expensive. Now, the first one on my list is, of course, one of my OG foundations. Now, I started using this foundation way back in the day when I first started doing makeup. This foundation and I go way back, but it is still one of my favorites. Now, this one is the Dewy and Smooth. Now, this one is from Maybelline Fit Me collection. The container does come in this little like plastic glass bottle. Now, the only downside to the packaging on this, if you do open it up, it doesn't have any type of pump or application. You just kind of have to pour it and then dab it on your face with a beauty blender or any type of applicator that you are using. That's the only downside that I have to this as far as packaging goes. But other than that, it's a great foundation. This one does retail for $7.99 on the Ulta website. So all the prices that I'm going to be going off of are off of the Ulta website. So it's kind of all standard. So this one does go for $7.99. However, this one does have a 4 out of 5 star rating on the Ulta website, and it has over like 1,500 ratings. So it's a pretty good foundation if you ask me. Now, the SPF on this is SPF 18. This one does, the current shade that I am using is light beige, which is 118. Now, this one on the Ulta website does come in 24 different options. So there are 24 different shades. This does come in the Fit Me collection. So there is a Dewy and Smooth collection, and then there's also a Matte and Poreless collection. I have tried both of them. I do have both of them currently in my Vanity, but Dewy and Smooth is my go-to. I absolutely love that foundation. That's the one that I am actually wearing today. I have worn this makeup for, I want to say, about 12 hours now, and it's still looking good. So even if I look in the mirror right now, it hasn't even creased around my smile lines or anything like that. So that alone tells you it's a great foundation. Now, if you do have a little bit more of oily skin, this might not necessarily work for you. You can go in with a mattifying primer, of course, to kind of let the dewiness not show too much through. However, you can also go to the Fit Me, also from the same collection, but the Matte and Poreless version of it. The Matte and Poreless version of it. So this is a great line. I really think that they nailed it, and it's still probably one of the most selling as far as drugstore goes. So that is number 1. Now, moving right along on my list, number 2, which is this little guy right here. Now, this one does retail for $8.99, I believe, on the Ulta website. However, currently it is on sale. I believe the last time I checked was this morning, and it was on sale for $6.74. So that's kind of a steal, good price, and it's an amazing product. So this is what the packaging looks like on this one. So it also has the black top as well and the clear bottom with the shade coming through. Now this one is a little bit more plastic compared to the Maybelline. The Maybelline was more of a glass bottle. This one is plastic. So Difference is that in the Maybelline, there was 1 fluid ounce, which I forgot to mention, so I'm throwing that in here right now. This one does contain 0.95 fluid ounces, so it's a teeny bit less than standard 1 fluid ounce in a foundation, but again, it's not too bad. It's not like it's a lot. It's 0.05, so it's like 5/100ths. Something like that. Now I know that LA Girl just recently launched some new tone adjusting ones like the blue. I believe there's an orange, a yellow, and a white one to kind of neutralize tones in the different foundations. The one I'm currently using is Fair. Now again, I do have dry skin, so this is an illuminating foundation, which I'm all here for. I'm here for illuminating, glowy, dewy. I'm all for it. That's what I love, so that's why I would definitely recommend this. If you do have dry skin, it does leave your skin looking pretty healthy looking, and the coverage on this is pretty good as well. So it's not too full coverage, but in my opinion, it's pretty buildable and it's a good foundation. Okay, so moving right along, we are going to foundation number 3. So this is my 3rd one on the list. Now this is a tie between, as far as price range, between 3 and 4 on my list. This one can be found at Ulta, and it is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. I'm currently in the shade F7. So this is what the packaging on this one looks like right here. Now this one has the applicator that is kind of like the concealer applicator. So this is what this little guy looks like right here. It's super easy, super convenient to just kind of put it all over your face and then go in with a beauty blender. So if you ask me, I really like the applicator on this. That's just me. So this foundation can be found at Ulta, and this is retailing for $12, and it does come in 24 different shades. However, they do have the concealer that also goes with it. Now, if you use both the concealer and the foundation together, it's a really good combination. Obviously, brands make products to go well together. So, yeah, this does have really good coverage. I would say it's more on the matte side compared to my first two, which were more dewy. So if you're looking for something a little bit more mattifying, that's definitely the foundation. Now if I'm looking for a foundation that, if I'm going for a look that has super full coverage, this is probably the one that I usually go to, because the coverage on this is insane. So we're going to be talking about the 4th one on my list. Now this one is not sold at the Ulta stores. However, it's still pretty affordable, so I decided to throw it in here as well. This is the Colorpop No Filter Foundation. This also retails for $12. So it is also in tie with the Makeup Revolution. This is what this little guy looks like right here. Obviously it comes with the pump because it's right there, and it is also a glass. Now this has really cute packaging, because if you can see, it does say Colorpop, and then it has cute little stars all over the bottle. So to me, that is super cute. It's eye-catching. I have heard a lot of mixed reviews about the Colorpop foundation. Some people say that it tends to get oily throughout the day for them. Some people say that it's just not for them. However, with me, my skin, I love it. It does seem to get a little bit dewier as the day goes on, but for me, since I have dry skin, I don't really mind it. I'm all for it. So that's the only thing that I have to say about that one. Now the last one on my list, this one for drugstore, is a little bit more on the pricey side. This one does retail for $15, and it is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. So this is what this one looks like. Again, it does have a little bit of a glass bottle and a pump at the top. This one does retail for $15 at Ulta. So for a foundation that's from the drugstore, is it a little pricey? It is a little bit more on the pricey side. However, this foundation made it onto my list for a particular reason. If you are looking for a foundation that is going to stay on from the beginning of your party to the end of the party, if you have an event that you have to go to, now if you're looking for foundation that's going to stay put and give you an awesome coverage, right here, this one right here. Now it is a little pricey, I do understand that, but this does come in, I believe, 42 different shade range. It is they have a lot of different undertones that you can choose from. So if you are warm, cool, yellow, peach, anything like that, you can get anybody at Ulta to match you to your foundation shade. And let me tell you, this is an amazing product. So this does have the 1 fluid ounce in it as well. I'm currently in the shade Nude, which is 6.5. Alright, so that concludes today's video. We have talked about the 5 foundations that I find super affordable, and I tend to reach for these the most compared to any of the other foundations that I do have in my collection. Now, like I said, I do have pretty normal to dry skin, so if you're looking for a foundation that is affordable and has great coverage and has a good finish and all of that good stuff, and you also have dry skin, I recommend these 5 foundations. They are approved by me. I absolutely love them. They are my holy grails, and I would not be recommending something to you that I wouldn't personally use. So they are worth a shot. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on any of these foundations or want to know a little bit more about any of them, make sure that you just leave me a comment down below, and I'd be happy to answer that, and I'd be happy to help you out. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one.